Hola Gemini, Sun, Pisces, Moons. Welcome to your 2020 Sun Moon reading. Keep in mind, when you view this is when you receive it. It does not where you were meant to see it. It doesn't matter the time of year. Make sure you post up your requests. I'm doing them in the order of requests and comments in my videos. First portion of this reading will be us going over what your traits of your Sun Moon sign are. I will lay out the main cards. We would take a quick look. And the second portion of this reading will be the link below to the Vimeo reading, where you'll have a deeper interpretation of the cards with clarifiers. I will be dividing the year up into 4 separate quadrants. So let's find out about your traits as a Gemini, Sun, Pisces, Moon. Very protected person, very guarded person. Sometimes you can be extremely emotional, extremely sensitive. You're really good at perceiving things, though, too. A lot of times you will kind of hide your sensitivity or, hide your emotionalness by rationalizing things, okay? And you'll also kind of use other coping mechanisms like detaching or acting superior to other people. What was it? Oh, okay. Be careful you don't lose contact with emotionally, like on the permanent. Okay. The best thing to do, so what I'm trying to say is try to connect with your emotions, okay? Face them, work through them, figure them out. This is something that you need to do because your Gemini side can be so detached that you just don't you aren't honest with yourself in regards to your questions, okay? You guys can be very analytical, can analyze, very objective. You guys are good scientists, by the way, too. Meanwhile, your moon is very emotional, very caring, very understanding. So, the good part is you guys are very versatile, complicated, intricate, you're multifaceted, a lot of sides to you. You're very kind, even though sometimes you're a little bit distant and seem a little bit aloof. You're very highly developed. You do come across as very cool. And there are times, though, that you just are completely taken over by emotions or by compassion. And that comes from your moon. And this happens a lot with Pisces moons. They have a habit of hiding their feelings because either they have a difficult time with things or that they're told that, it's a weakness. So you'll set up ways or coping mechanisms or things to kind of bypass that. You do absorb what's around you, moods that are around you, other people, in terms of feelings, because you're empathetic and you're also empathic. Yeah, empathic, intuition. You have a lot of intuition, so you're really impressionable and you have a tendency to soak that up. You don't have a tendency to kind of go along with the norm or a crowd when it comes to impressions. You're your own kind of individual. You have a lot of charm, you have a lot of humor, and this is usually what attracts romantic partners to you. Those two things. Finding someone for you is pretty easy. You're very, very romantic, but finding the right one isn't so easy, okay? Kind of like Mr. Right, but Mr. and Mrs. Right, but Mr. and Mrs. Right now, but not Mr. and Mrs. Right, okay? Let's see, what else? Use your intuition. Use your sixth sense, because that's something that you have a heightened ability to do. Stay independent. Stay individual. You like to express things creatively, and this, a lot of times, is going to create opportunities for you. Your intuition has a way of looking into people and what they want and what they need, and this can be a strong asset too. So you can be really good at marketing, you can be really good at advertising, really good in business. You guys would be very good educators or teachers, okay? So let's see what's going on with you guys for 2020. Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, the universe, could you please reveal your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, your insight for Gemini, Sun, Pisces, Moon for the year 2020. What do you see? What do they need to know to reach their higher ground, become closer to the universe and closer to the divine? Gemini, Sun, Pisces, Moons 2020. What do you see for January, February, March for Gemini, Sun, Pisces, Moons? What do you see January, February, and March? We have 2 cards. We have the Page of Wands in reverse and the 4 of Cups in the upright. What do you see for April, May, June for Gemini, Sun, Pisces, Moons? We have the Judgment card in reverse. What do you see for Gemini, Sun, Pisces, Moons? July, August, September. We have the 7 of Wands in reverse. And what do you have for Gemini, Sun, Pisces, Moons for the Star card in reverse? I just realized one of my clients is a Gemini, Sun, Pisces, Moon. And I know she knows who she is, but it just occurred to me. Yeah, so check it out. Alrighty, so of course other things that I need to mention, I'm on the Instant Go app. If you need an answer to a question, you'll get it in 24 hours. It's currently $4.98. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Insta, where I do weekends and weeklies. Check out my other playlist for my 2019 sun readings while you're waiting for your 2020 reading. Okay, I also have compatibility readings in there. And then if you could like, share, subscribe in support of these videos, that would be wonderful. So I'm seeing in January, February, March, you guys aren't really excited about very much, okay? It's just, nothing's really inspired. You're not inspired enough to start something new. You're really not eager to kind of do anything. You could have started something and it didn't work out. And the 4 of Cups here is calling for you to come out of this stagnation. So even though you're not feeling at your best or what have you, even though you're not feeling inspired, you're not feeling all like gung-ho about something, just, you know, you have to kind of get off your laurels and you have to make things happen. The 4 of Cups can be a card of inaction and you need to come out of it. So because while you're doing this, you're missing a lot of opportunities. So there's opportunities kind of swirling around you. And, you know, just because you're not feeling it, you could be missing out on a lot in January, February, and March. Now, April, May, June, we have the Judgment card in reverse. So what I'm getting from that is you really aren't, and I feel like this is you judging yourself, okay, as a person, as an individual. And it's kind of, it can be contributing to this that we talked about, actually, because you aren't having an honest perspective in regards to yourself. Some of you might be, you know, talking a little bit down to yourselves or listening to that little voice inside of you saying, oh, you're not good enough, or even outside voices. And this is a calling to really work on self-care, work on self-love, get to where you need to be, okay? And be really honest about it, like what needs to be worked on. And this is what we were talking about in regards to your sun moon traits when we said, you know, confronting feelings and working through them and trying to figure them out. I know it can be confusing for you all, but in this case, it's probably going to be some necessary work that's needed. And I have a concern about it because as we move into July, August, September, I see this mounting and seeming like it's overwhelming. Like whatever you have going on can't be defeated. Because the 7 of Wands is just being judged, being criticized, being overwhelmed because you don't think you can overcome it. Backing down from people is going on here. So you really have to kind of like, and I see it happening over the years. So, I mean, these readings are about you kind of taking charge of your destiny using your free will. And if this is the pattern, if it starts resonating to you in 2020, then it really is about taking things by the reins and turning things around, because it does not get any better in October, November, December. We have the Star card in reverse, which is the card of Aquarius. And this is a card of just losing hope, getting very depressed. Some of you might fall into a depression, a sadness that is so deep. And again, having difficulty, you know, overcoming what you think are unsurmountable challenges, feeling like everyone has turned against you. So it's a pattern in 2020. It does not have to be like this. If some of you need to get counseling, then fine. But I mean, I see it start here and this happens. I will say in January, February, March, if that was a failed project and you kind of put it on yourself because it failed, it's going to affect you the entire year. And here's where you have to tell yourself, hey, you know what? Things happen sometimes. And, you know, how can I create other opportunities for myself? But I'm going to tell you in 2020, don't get too lost in the doldrums, okay? Because I see it sucking you in the entire year, and you don't want to do that. Depression is a very, very real thing, okay? All right, so if you need help with this, consider a personal reading. My email is in the description box. Just send me an email. We can go ahead and set this up. And then, of course, I'm going to mention that I'm on the Instant Go app. If you need a quick answer to a question, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Insta. I upload my weeklies and my weekend readings. Check out your 2019 Sun Moon readings also. See if they rang true for you. And my compatibility readings that are in there, which I may never get back to, actually. It was great in theory, but in practice, it's hard to complete them. And if you could like, share, subscribe, I would really appreciate that. I will see you in the Vimeo reading. Just make sure you click on the link below. I will put clarifiers on this and we'll get a little more in depth. Adios from Veronica Garnett. Bye.